What's going on, everybody? Today's video is going to be about some tips and reasons why, if you're thinking about starting up a lawn business, it might be or might not be a good idea. I've been doing this about 9 or 10 years. I have a solo operated lawn business. I want to say I have about 35 to 40 customers. About 25 to 30 of them are year-round. I have a few bi-weekly customers, and then I have about, I want to say, 7 or 8 that are bi-weekly customers that completely cut me off in the wintertime. That's the first tip I want to strongly suggest you avoid, is picking up customers that are going to cut you off in the wintertime. Whenever I meet someone for the first time, I will basically give them like a screening. Usually the first question that I ask them is, what is your lawn schedule like in the wintertime? If they say, like the grass gets dormant or it doesn't really need anything in the wintertime, I'll quickly change the subject and just tell them, the only type of work that I do anymore is year-round service, whether that be bi-weekly or weekly in the summertime and bi-weekly in the wintertime. But I don't have time for that, because you're going to lose so much money in the wintertime, and as most of you know, every single month you're going to have the same amount of bills regardless of what time of the year it is. So while these people are basically saving all their money up from not having you come out, you're going to lose a bunch of money and you're not going to be able to pay your bills. And I've learned that the hard way, probably the first 6 to 7 years, just being completely broke all wintertime. The way I started this business was I was working a full-time job, and I took my tax return and I bought a $500 Honda push mower. I bought a $330 Stihl FS94 trimmer, and then I bought like a $300 backpack blower from Stihl, and that got me through my first couple of years before I finally bought a zero turn, and I ended up with like a ZT34 Gravely homeowner, and that got me through, I want to say, like 5 years. With the wintertime struggle, I want to say it was a really good thing that my wife also works, so that was, she really supported and helped me get through those first couple of years, because like I said, it was a struggle, and it is definitely not easy to not have money in the wintertime and still be able to pay all your bills. A lot of things that I do in the wintertime is, right now I'm currently working a whole week, and then the next week off. I pretty much have the whole next week off, and this is just for about 6 months out of the year. I'll work a week and then I take the next week off. So I'll work a whole week 1 week, and then the next week I have like one day that I do like makeup work or just random yards that I kind of wanted to split up so my weeks aren't so tight. Yeah, so I was working a 9-to-5 job, office job. I really didn't like, anytime you work for a corporate job, the raises are like 25 cents, and I just got tired of dealing with people. I don't like the environment. I don't like working with people. So I just decided to start my own lawn business. And I want to say that I was doing the yards on the weekend, and I only worked till I believe like 5, and there's still like 3 hours of daylight. So I would either go after work and do a couple yards, or I would do them on the weekend until I had enough to where I felt like I was structured enough to go ahead and quit my job. With this whole wintertime thing, like I was saying about the yards that you want to take on, and then the whole screening process process with these customers. I had a walk up about 2 months ago, and I clearly explained to this lady that I only do year-round work. I do not cut back in the winter, because there's always something to do. I mean, you can go, at the least, you can edge someone's yard, pick up, trash, blow off everything, mulch up the leaves in the yard. There's something you can do. And the customers that I'm looking for are the ones that want their yard maintained all throughout the year. So that's the service that I offer, and I clearly explained to this lady this, and I do one cut. She acts like everything's fine, and then about 2 weeks later, when I'm scheduled to go back again, I text her on the way, just saying, hey, I'm heading out to your area to do your neighbor's yard, because I was doing the neighbor's yard. That's how she walked up on me. And when she saw me doing the neighbor's yard, she asked for my info, and then I started doing her yard that day. And then so anyways, on the way back out to her house, I text her and I said, I'm on the way to do your neighbor's yard. And she texts back that I don't really need anything. The yard doesn't need anything. So I didn't do her yard, and I have not done it since. This is a big issue, and it's stuff like that is going to lose me a bunch of money. So I just avoid it. I would rather, dedicate my time to finding customers that actually want me to come out and don't say anything when I come out. They're not. I think it's more of like saving money versus, I want somebody that feels good about, paying regardless of what I'm coming out there doing. And I'm not trying to rip anybody off, but that's the service. Basically, like if you sign up for a gym membership and you only go twice a month, you're still gonna have to pay the same price regardless of how much you're going, or what you're going there for. It's gonna be the same price. So that's a big problem. Another thing is, if you're just starting out, you do not want to start out cheap, because then you are going to be known to everyone as the cheap person. I started out doing yards. I got like a car magnet, put on my business cards that I'm starting out at $25 a visit. Big mistake on my part. I was doing 4 or 5 yards a day with a push mower for $25 a piece, and I got screwed real bad. This one guy that I had just met, I did his yard. He wanted to pay by the month, so I did his yard for I want to say a month and a half. And when I asked him for a check, he said he was going to leave it under his mat. The check wasn't there. Then he tried to act like I stole it, and lost out real big on that, because I'm doing his yard. It's taking like an hour each time I'm going. So I got real screwed on that one. I took on another one that this guy, he had somebody doing it real cheap, like 20 bucks a visit. I told him I'm not going lower than 25. Now I'm charging like 50, 60 at the least for weekly to bi-weekly service. And this guy, he pretty much told me that he wanted like some combo deal where it was going to be him and his 2 neighbors, because they all had the same lawn service guy. So I ended up doing those, and then I'm spending like 2 hours over there to make like 50 bucks, or no, it was like 75 because it was 3 people. Yeah, it's just stuff like that. You don't want to be known as the cheap person, because as soon as somebody knows you're cheap, they're going to be calling all their friends, and then you're going to be all excited thinking you're getting a lot of business, but you're going to be doing a lot of work for a little bit of money. So yeah, those are some things to avoid. I'll probably make this like a couple part series if you care to watch any more of them. But yeah, I appreciate you checking out the video. Leave a like, and if you got any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll answer them. But yeah, it's just some tips I thought of if you're thinking about starting up a lawn business. Appreciate you checking out the video.